Welcome to FL with LS, that other thing that is kind of a show and that no one will ever watch. I debated whether to make these one series or two, one for CL and one for FL, or just one for PvP as a whole, and I decided on two series because one of the things I want to emphasize in these videos is how dissimilar FL and CL actually are. A lot of people think that CL is just FL, where level and gear don't matter, which is how the game describes it. But in fact, there are a lot of other differences, and just the way that the stats are set up, the fixed stats in CL, make it a very different game because it's not the same kind of stats that you have in FL. Pretty much regardless of gear, you would have to have really weird gear to get CL stats in FL, and then there's the in-game DOT and stuff like that. Pretty dead FL. Let's see who these people are. I don't recognize their names. Watch this be AB. Vietno1 and Hellsgate. Okay, yeah, I know these guys. Vietno1 is a known bot, so let's not cheer for him. Hellsgate is kind of a crusader for sword. That's really all I know about him. One of those people who I'm never changing main. Monk over here, Roro on both sides. Vietno tanking with the Puppeteer. In fact, only has 3 melee, only one of which can really tank. I wouldn't put the Puppeteer up front. I would have the Taoist up front in this situation, because the Puppeteer should be healing the front, and it's just more vulnerable to Forest Prison. There, I would rather have the Taoist there, because the Taoist is going to be guarding more often anyway. Let's see. I don't really have any well, I won't say that. Hellsgate's formation is fine. I don't understand what this Exorcist is doing here. Usually I like Exorcist, but he really has nothing to do with it. He has very poor stun pressure here, just the Vampire and the Patriot. And the Patriot's activations are going to be consumed by Camaraderie because he has... Oh, wait, no, never mind. He does have a Monk. It's Vietno who doesn't have a Monk. So... yeah, I mean, the Exorcist is fine. I would prefer a Valkyrie or something like that. Ocean Blessing on both fronts, so we're probably going to see more damage going towards the back soon, especially with this Camaraderie on the middle. I was about to say I would not be at all surprised if the Patriots started attacking either side pretty consistently, because it actually doesn't look like Vietno has much stun pressure of his own. It's all going to be from whenever the Taoist attacks physically, which it probably won't do now. It'll probably seal the... Oh no, he's silencing that instead, so it will attack physically, probably on the Druid. Although maybe not, because it's guarding. See, I keep thinking this is CL again, because I've done so much CL commentary lately. But it is not. So, stun all along that side. Not really though, because Ocean's Blessing removes that one. The Monk is silenced, that's not a big deal. He can just Ocean Blessing the middle line, which is what he does. And I don't know what that does Elegy is for, just to heal the Vampire. Okay, yeah, I doubt he's going to try any kind of magic spike on top of that. I don't understand why he attacked this side now when he attacked that side last turn. I would definitely have attacked that side again, because he has no Monk or other vertical awakening. All his awakening is horizontal, so I mean there's no point in wasting that stun pressure, especially since this is the weaker line. Actually, I don't know. 150, both are 150. What a surprise! Bots have 150 mercs. I do have them right. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was a missed opportunity. He's probably going to attack to cancel that scroll again, and then miss the pressure he had over here. Although actually, it's only pressuring the back, because the mid row is Camaraderie and the front is Ocean's Blessing. And probably would be Ocean's Blessing anyway. Why Why would you do that turn? Is Ocean's Blessing about to wear off? Is that what's going on? Yeah, okay, so he did that turn so he couldn't re Ocean's Blessing the front, but I don't know if he had AP for that anyway. That's interesting. Let's see, Vietnam's probably gonna kill the Druid now. He's thinking about it. No, you want to. Nope, going for the Vampire. I don't like that choice. I would have gone for the Druid. I don't know what that was about. I guess he's just keeping the main guarded. There's really nothing that Hell's Gate has that is a threat to that main, even on the front, though. I mean, it's not like he has Attila or something. The Patriot could do decent. Actually, what level? Okay, the Patriot's an evil gear, so yeah, there's really no threat to that. So it wasn't that important for him to keep the main guarded. And he risked that signet, which I wasn't thinking about. It's been so long since princesses were top tier, I'm not used to seeing them in PvP, because only when I watch PvP, the only time I watch PvP normally before I started doing these videos is either after my match or in the Grand Finals. Nobody uses Princess in Grand Finals anymore. Moindo can kill that Princess probably this turn. Probably. Go for it? No? Going for the main? Okay. Going for the seal on the main. I forget whether that seals magic. I think it does seal magic. That's fine. He probably was going to do Chaos Edge soon. If he didn't do it last turn, I'm still not very good at keeping track of what's going on and talking at the same time. Healing the Princess. Good choice. I would not have done that. I would have moved the... Well, depending on... Yeah, I would have moved the Princess back, then guarded it, then blessing the front here. Unless these two guys are both really starved for AP, but it doesn't seem like they were, because he just attacked with the Exorcist, which you don't do if your Exorcist is starved for AP, because its attack is useless. Vietno seems to be getting the better of this. Is he finally going to attack with main? Nope, still leaving the Druid alive. Well, I guess he couldn't have killed it with that one activation anyway. Certainly you see a lot of Dusk Elegy here. I think that's primarily just for healing the Vampire. I don't think that is that great of a debuff. I mean, he has like AoEs on them and stuff, but I think if you're just looking for damage, it's better to attack. I think that's primarily for the healing on the Vampire, so the Vampire can't be sniped down. Which I understand from Hell's Gate when Hell's Gate did it, but there's no real sniping over here. I mean, he literally has Chaos Edge, Patriot, and Vampire, and like Mana Burn if he has that leveled. That's it. I think that's literally the only reach he has. So I don't get that at all. That Vampire is in no danger. Yeah. I think that's the first Holy Guard we've seen. The monk has just been awakening. It's all Ocean's Blessing now. Oh, line break, that could... No, the Druid's just gonna die this turn. Or if it's not, he should kill the Druid this turn. Kill the Druid. Kill the Druid. Or actually don't, you're a bot. Why am I cheering for you? Don't kill the Druid, because that would be the smart thing to do. The smart thing to do is kill the Druid, and he's not gonna do it, so he's gonna get force prisoned in the middle row. I don't know what Hell's Gate is going to do with the rest of his activations. One combo, yeah, Druid lives. Force prison in the middle row. I don't know what he's going to do then. Probably Shield Bash the main, and just doesn't have the counters. That sucks. Shield Bash the main anyway and kill this guy. Oh, okay. Do it. Do it. Do it. There. Okay. Whatever. See, he should have frozen this. And, forest prison this, unless he didn't have Shield Bash on the what's it called, champion. Unless he didn't have Shield Bash on the champion, which I think he did, because he hadn't used there's no weapon rend over here, so I think he did have Shield Bash. So, but I mean, if you didn't have Shield Bash, that would have been fine because you'd rather have the main and the Druid out of commission than these two if you're going to kill this guy anyway. I think Vietno is still going to win though because DOT's going to take like half the. So, yeah. Yeah. It was weird to see this main guard like every turn. I think it attacked like once or twice. There it goes. Now the match is over. Yep. Bot your way to victory. What else? Nothing. Do we have time for a... Yeah, let's do a quick skirmish here and talk about skirmish while we wait for the next round to load. So that proc is the Minotaur statue proc. It's basically more valuable than Blessing License if you're grinding at least a few hours a day and are in a skirmish or other dungeon where it kills things or nearly kills them. We could watch a tier 0 fight a doppelganger. We could watch a bot fight some other guy. Let's watch Hellsgate again fight some other guy. Because bots suck and doppels suck. And oh, we could watch XBlade. He's in Div 2 though. Sorry, XBlade. When you get back to Div 1, I will watch you. He's probably going to take offense to that if he ever sees this. Oh well. Not my fault you're in Div 2 now. Come on, did I get in the battle? Oh, it's gone. That sucks. It's disqualified. Alright, I guess we'll watch XBlade. Coming in a little bit late. Certainly better than bots or doppels. Not to make fun of XBlade. I mean, he's fine. Let's see. Oh, 122. Gee, I wonder how this is gonna go. Doppel might actually be more entertaining. Okay, so there's obviously absolutely nothing that Sereth. Nothing that Sereth can do unless XBlade goes AFK, and Sereth actually seems to be AFK himself, but let's just look at this guy's formation and see what we have here. I don't understand why these bows are in the mid line when he has a pirate that could be in the mid line. I mean, pirate's a terrible tank, but it's better than a Hwarang. Spartan. Not much to say here. This is clearly an economy form. Yeah, and this guy's AFK. Jesus, are we gonna have to watch a doppel or a bot? Yeah, I guess we'll watch this. Maybe Giraffe can beat bot guy. What main is this? Is that Gun? Yeah. Gun main from Giraffe. Giraffe's one of those people you just kind of see around. I don't know anything about him. Apparently he's Gun. And his champion is 142 and still in evil weapons. So obviously Free League is not his priority. Seems to be just trying to focus down the puppeteer, which is not generally what you want to do, because if they lose one mark but they can get into a good position because of it in FL, well, like if they can do these seals and things like that and just disrupt your activations and take all the AP away from your attackers, they're actually in a great position if that's what happens. So he seems to be abandoning that now. That's good. Don't attack with that guard. There you go. Attack with Okay, I mean that was a risk to go for the proc. Actually, he probably didn't have the counters for Odin's Chain yet. If he had Odin's Chain, I would have attacked the middle here with it. And Jirav, even if this guy wasn't a bot, I would be cheering for Jirav because Jirav has a monk, which means he can awaken in a line, which is immensely helpful when that's how the stun pressure is coming in. Did Vietno have that general last match? I don't think he did. I think he had a druid instead. I prefer the druid just in the abstract. I don't know why he changed it. Jirav only has 3 ranged. One of them is the main. Maybe Vietno's going to go for the main. I mean, that's a good weapon rend, though. Diaz there, hitting both the primary attacking ranged. Jirav kind of struggling to get anything done. If I were in his position, I would... First of all, I'd have Dawn Harmony on the... I'd probably switch the main and the Puppeteer so that I could Dawn Harmony both of them, since that's what Vietno seems to be going for. Yeah, just... He needs to focus on stun pressure. He needs to hit the middle line and probably the left almost every turn. Empowering control one of them, and then Holy Guard, because you need to attack. You need to keep the stun pressure up. What was that? Okay, I'm almost tempted to cheer for the bot after that. Why would you ever do that? Okay, Jirav forfeits the match. Yeah, I mean, this was not an impossible position for him at all, because he, Vietno, the Puppeteer is almost dead. He could probably have killed that with that turn, actually, and, the main is dying so fast. He could probably have killed that with that turn, and started building up vertical stun pressure. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm with you, XBlade. That's the power of botting. Don't bot, kids. In before mad. In before mad? Mad? Nobody gonna say anything about him being a bot? No? I bet somebody says something. Come on, do something. There we go. Ah, what's going on here? 127, 107. Yeah, I mean, that's the difference between knowing how to PvP and not knowing how to PvP, or having an unupgraded Viking, not even a northern Viking at level 127. Who is this? Photonic. Photonic, go do the upgrade quest for the Viking and get something that isn't a beast tamer. What is that that's dead there? Whoa, puppet gets weird when you zoom. Flap your wings, puppet. Go. Oh, is this guy AFK? He's probably given up. This puppet has flown away. Fly away, puppet. Fly away. Who? I'll check you out later, I guess. Jeez, this guy's AFK too. Time for another skirmish. And, for how you should position your formation for skirmish depends on which skirmish you're in. You'll see that I have my melees on the front row, because in that case the general can actually run to the front line of the enemy the first turn and attack it. If they can't do that, it's generally better to start with your melee in the back so that your ranged can always attack, no matter how the thing goes. Let's see if the next list is up. Nope, they're still fighting. So, time for another skirmish. This one's going to take longer because it's 2. That always takes exponentially longer because they get out of their formation and the AoE doesn't hit as many of them. Watch. They're gonna come and spread out and put like 1 or 2, 3 spaces. Oh, actually no, they're all on a line. Okay, so this could end this turn. Probably not though, because I don't have enough ways to hit that up there. Yeah, I think it's still possible for me to die in here on AB if I don't have the statue at, 2.4 million might in battle. But with the statue, it's incredibly easy. Like, the difference between not having the statue and not having a blessing license, the not having the statue actually is more of an impact on my ability to do this place. Still no next battle. Come on, how is that guy even still alive? It's AFK. Go away, millions of Akongs. See, I messed up there. I should have clicked in the middle, because then that AoE would have hit the back guy too, and it would have been over this turn. I think it's going to take 2 turns now. Yeah, see, my Hwarang couldn't get up there because the sheriff was in the way. Part of that is because the main didn't move far enough, because I clicked the wrong one. And now we have another battle. If that keeps going, I'll just observe with Leos here. Should be coming soon. 44, it's 105. Yeah, it should be soon. Come on. There we go. Punch M versus Bot, Hellscape versus Giraffe. That might be cool. Ricktrim versus APO. I guess we'll watch that because APO's in tier 0. I almost said div 0, implying that's a thing. Okay, and my skirmish finished, so we will watch it over here. Light Destroy versus Slip Rain. No, thank you. Div 4 and 5. I hate the notifications. If anyone knows of a way to turn off the notifications, I'm pretty sure there isn't one, because I've been playing the game for 3.5 years and I haven't figured out how yet. But if there is a way, even if it involves modifying program files, I might consider it, because I hate notifications. Let's see. APO and... what's your name? Ricktrim. Okay. APO is tier 0, but I don't think he's done Titan for years. What is it? Stop that. Well, the level advantage isn't too great. Monk and Nyx. I mean, it's not insurmountable, but the Janissary there is kind of pointless. Indication that mites are probably low. I don't have patrol, so I can't check their might. But I would say APO is going to win just by virtue of the general, because... yeah, and the fact that there's no active healing from Ricktrim. He only has, Protect on the main and the Patriot's passive on the entire formation. There's no active healing at all from him. So that Green Dragon range is just going to tear up his ranged. And he's going to end up with a huge hole in the middle of his formation. And APO can then silence the back. APO using scrolls, that's almost insulting with this kind of might difference here. There's absolutely no question who's going to win. That scroll is just, haha, I have money. I mean, I do that too. I do that in CL all the time. But part of that is because in CL, you never know, because someone can just come out with some ridiculous spike and suddenly you're in a bad position. In FL, that you know more what you're getting into. There's less surprise. Makes me think of that patch where CL was the activations were bugged. I don't know if it was in FL too, but in CL it completely changed the game because you went from one activation to maybe two as well, and then suddenly it was the full five, like on the second or third turn. So matches could end in 3 turns easily. It makes me think of that because CL has always had a bit of that compared to FL, but that patch just took it to the extreme. I actually loved that patch because I was gun main at the time, and that was before they nerfed bomb attack, and so I would do bomb attack on that turn, and scorching bullets gets a damage bonus if you cast it on top of smoke bomb. So I would do bomb attack and smoke bomb on for this guy gun, and it would wipe out the middle row sword main using Chaos Edge on certain patches. Nothing to say here. That guy doesn't have active healing. We could watch the bot again. Let's watch Hell's Gate versus Giraffe. And by the way, I don't have a complete list of bots, so if I fail to mention that someone is a bot, please tell me, because I don't want to be cheering for a bot in any case. Well, Giraffe is certainly getting the worst of this. How do you lose a Valk? The first thing. I guess Flame Sword is how. Yeah, because he put weapon into the middle so the Valk had Flame Sword. So that and the Elementalist, and now he's doing it again. I killed a pirate too. Boy, nothing to say here. I keep saying that. There's probably a lot to say, like how to avoid that. Like, Holy Guard the front. Krusha versus Tezza. Oh, somebody's dead. Who's dead? Tezza. Okay, Tessa is dead. Bot. Guy getting owned. Let's watch Draklin and Gadian. Both of those names are familiar to me. I think Draklin might even be on my friends list. No? Maybe he was at some point. Probably deleted him because I forgot who he was. I do that a lot. I'm like, who's this person? I've never heard of you. Delete Gadian. Draklin. Well, this is actually fairly close. Looks like it might be on a BFL actually, because no one has a monk and the damage is really evenly spread. Yeah, this is AB. Okay. Sometime I might do an ABFL episode. No, not that. Div 4. Well, I mean, that's the highest one left, so maybe, yeah, maybe Div 4. Yep. Looks like we're going to Div 4. This is a really dead free league. I mean, I was saying how CL was dead. FL's pretty dead too, actually. Might have to go to other servers to find active leagues. Or, I mean, probably later at night there are more active leagues. This guy's getting owned. He had no monks, so not too surprising. Yeah, and what are you going to do now? You just call the AP away from your main. Good job. Yeah, that was funny. He tried to switch the Prophet and the main there, but he did it with the Prophet's activation instead of the main's, so the main lost the AP it needed to get an activation. You should have guarded the Prophet and then switched the main to that position, instead of trying to switch the Prophet to that position and then guard the Prophet. and get the activation on the main, because the main lost the AP it needed in the transfer. I assume that's what that pause was about. There was a dramatic pause there, like, oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, though. Go away, notifications. Big lag, IDKY. What is this? Let's see what bots are doing. Probably winning. Zero. Zero comes after one. There we go. It's like 1 second, and then it sits there for 3 more seconds. Yep, bots are winning. Who is this? Puncham. Puncham has Roro and Nyx. Let's see if there's any way out of this for him. Actually, there could be, because of that stun. Yeah, he just lost 2 that turn. Yeah, Puncham might actually have this, depending on empowering control the main there and kill the... Okay, no, he's killing that with the vampire. So use that to kill the... Yep. And, huh. I don't like that, unless he had absolutely no way to do more damage, because that's not going to die. Yeah, he needed a bit more damage there. Even if, like, the Patriot had an activation or something, or he could empower and control anything, or anything had an activation, he should have used that. It's not going to matter, though, because Puncham can't do enough damage here. Yeah, bot wins. Bot win. Very sad. Boy, nobody plays FL anymore. Maybe I should, maybe I should start playing again, even with my messed up skill spread. Okay, stuff's over. Nope, Ag has no idea when TC is. Only I know when TC is. Actually, when is TC? Could do it in 40 minutes. Battles yet? Yep, battles. Okay. Effin Gosu, Puncham and Hell's Gate, Teiyu, Mohau. This is a good one. Miko-san versus PortoAlegre. Both of these guys have been tier 0 at one point or another. I know PortoAlegre at least has one Titan. I'm not sure if Miko-san ever has, but I've seen Miko-san in tier 0. So this should be a good one, unless they're both on AB. I think Miko-san does AB occasionally. I've never seen Porto do it, but I don't know much about Porto. I've not seen him around before, like 2 or 3 months ago, when he suddenly started winning everything. Asura Cannon. Isn't that like an actual item? Like one of the level 25 ones? Asura's Cannon? Okay, Miko-san, Staff, PortoAlegre, Spear. Miko-san with a very, what I would consider standard formation on the current patch. Shut the hell up. What I would consider standard formation on the current patch is actually very similar to what I would run if I were doing FL with a staff main that was set up for FL, except I would have a Exorcist instead of a Valkyrie, and probably an Empress because I don't have a Goddess leveled, but I might use a Goddess if I had one leveled. Yeah, I think that this formation actually really hurts from the lack of an Exorcist here, especially with the Goddess, because then you would have 3 staffs getting AP from it. And Retribution debuff, that's probably just for the debuff. I don't see that being for the AoE, not with the what's it called, Ocean's Blessing. I say as I closed the thing that would have told me what it was called. Would have telled. Yeah, there's English. Would have told me what it was called. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be for the AoE with 2 sources of HG. Could be wrong though. Blessing on the front, as much for the stun as for the HG, but that's going to prevent Forest Prison. There's no real debuff for that. Weapon Rend on, that's mainly for the Patriot, I think, because I don't see the Vampire doing much attacking here, because he has so much else to attack with, and also a Puppeteer, so that he can attack with whatever he wants, basically. Dawn Harmony on the left, no, the right. That's an interesting choice, since he just attacked that. I would have thought he would do that, especially since he is not going to be able to guard that Valk this turn. So he's probably planning on, putting the Druid on front, because that would have been too weak without a Puppeteer to give it an activation again. Not guarding with the Druid either, though. So this line is probably still going to be pressured, which means in a few turns we're probably going to see a Dawn Harmony on this side. Miko might be hoping that the Patriot will get low enough to activate Patriotic Resolve, just from Porto trying to get a break in the front, which is what he's doing. Trying to get a break in the front. So that, actually, probably more to control the AP of the Vampire and the stuff on the front itself, but also so that if he does get a line break, he can seal the back with the Taoist. Almost called it a general. What was that? Stimulant on... Okay, yeah. Stimulant is interesting because it's the only awakening that can go through HG. So, I don't think Miko's main has done anything at all yet other than guard and that one stimulant, which is not unusual for a staff main. Staff mains have very low AP regain, especially without an Exorcist. So it's just been sitting there tanking, providing... Actually, I haven't noticed if he has Princess Order. I assume that he does, but at any rate, providing its intelligence specialization, so that he takes less damage from this AoE type thing. Seal in the middle, that's not going to do too much because there's no Ocean's Blessing. I would put Ocean's Blessing on right now. Do it now. No? Okay. Forest Prison on the front, then probably Weapon Rend on the middle, and Cannoneer for some stun pressure somewhere. Probably, is there Camaraderie on the back too? No, Beast Soul on the back. Probably on the back. Yeah, Ocean's Blessing it away. That wasn't really necessary, actually, because unlike Forest Prison, Vital Seal does not change the activation order. So there was really no point to that Blessing unless he thought a Flame Spear was coming, which is not a bad guess, actually. Because it's getting to that point in the match. But instead, well, he could Purify it away. I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to go for a Spike on that side. Actually, the main may not have AP at all. What are you gonna do? Oof. Okay, yeah, just damage the Druid. Switch the Valk. Before or after heal is a... I don't know whether he should heal that line before he switches it or after. I would probably do before, but I have a suspicion that later would actually be better. Okay, so he's not doing the heal at all. Probably doesn't have AP on the Vamp for it then. Odin's Chain, primarily for the seal, I think. That didn't seem to do much damage. Okay, well, there it did. Actually, that was probably the DOT kicking in. I didn't. Yeah, it looks like that was the DOT kicking in. What kind of timer? I have no idea. uh, as for who is in a better position, it looks like PortoAlegre is. Not for any real positional reason, but just because he keeps getting the better of these damage exchanges. Everything he does is doing more damage to Miko-san than what... Smoke bomb? Okay, that was weird. I don't know what the point of that was. I think Spearman's specialization even includes an accuracy buff, so that's weird. Is he gonna... Okay, no, I thought for a second he was gonna try to do a bomb attack, but that wouldn't make any sense even if he did have a princess, and he doesn't, so there's no way he can do that. Flame blow. Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Just going for full AoE now. And Miko's going to try to rely on the DOT because the damage, although he's taken more damage, it's more isolated. So once this druid dies and this patriot goes into patriotic resolve, I think that's the one it's called, the rage form. He is going to have less damage coming into him per turn from the DOT because he'll have one fewer character. And his goal now is to damage the things of PortoAlegres that have high health or mid health, so that he takes more damage over a long term. And see, he's using the camaraderie there just to increase the damage of the cannon, which I like. That's one of the things I was talking about in the first CL vid. So forsaking stun pressure there, probably not going to see any. I was just going to say not going to see any blessing, but there it is. I don't know why he did that. The druid's dead, and I guess it was just for awakening. Seal on the back, that actually hurts a lot because there goes all the stun pressure and most of the range damage. Although he can just doesn't hurt that much because if the monk has AP, it can only guard it. It probably doesn't have AP though because it moved and it. No, actually, did it move? I think it did. Yeah, I think the Patriot was middle. Yeah, so it doesn't have AP, so he can't get rid of that seal. So he's just gonna have to muddle along with whatever the main and the front can do, and it's not gonna be anything too useful. Probably. Yeah, just attack. I was wondering if he would try to heal the back or do a Dusk Elegy for the Odin's Chain, but he didn't. Just attacked, and I get that. That's probably the most damage he could have done to PortoAlegre. Well, maybe he would have gotten more with Dusk Elegy under the Odin's Chain, and that also would have healed the Vamp from the damage it's going to take this turn. But maybe he had AP to conserve. Like, it wouldn't have gotten an activation this turn if he did that. I don't know. Because I think the Vamp has been moving recently, too, because it wasn't front originally, and the main just went to the back. Yeah, I don't see any way out of this for Miko. He's gonna die next turn. He can heal main with the Vamp, but that's not gonna help. Porto, yeah, okay, it ended. Yeah. Even if it hadn't, Miko was just taking too much damage. How long have we been going? 43. That's about how long the other one was. This one's longer and more boring. That's how FL is compared to CL. Let's do one more. The good people are starting to come out. That was a decent battle. Miko and Porto. What are you guys talking about? Boring. Oh. Should I upgrade my Viking? For a diary. That's a good reason to do upgrade quests. Oh, come on. What do we have? Evan goes to Winterborn. Tier 0 fighting a Doppel. Div 1 guy fighting a Doppel. Bot and Hellsgate again. Moonsong. That's a familiar name to me. I think we'll watch that one. That's probably going to be, it's probably a familiar name to me from ABFL, so that's probably what it's going to be. But, get off of that. This certainly looks like ABFL. Yep, that is ABFL. I forget if we already watched F and Gosu and he was AB. I don't remember. Yeah, you tell him, Ag. Yeah, this is AB too. Alright. Everything's AB. Let's watch the rematch of Bot and Sword Guy from the first match. Hopefully this time Sword Guy will be victorious. Three, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. Not looking good. Again with the focusing on the puppeteer, which would normally be a decent idea, but the main goal of that would be to force the puppeteer to switch with the Taoist. But if he's just going to guard it the first few turns all the time anyway, he should begin with something else, like he's starting to do now. I like that move because that puts things that he needs to dispel on every row, and he only has... Well, actually, he has 2 sources of HG, but still, that's going to force multiple HGs. The Ocean's Blessing goes on the front instead of the Empress Blessing because it lasts for 1 turn less and also provides Awakening. And the front is more likely to be hit, especially against this kind of formation. But, I mean, in general, the only things that attack that don't hit the front by default are cannon, and it usually still hits the front, instruments, and bow, and all of those obviously still can hit the front. So even if the front isn't being focused down, it's going to take hits, so it's going to build combo. That was interesting. I don't know why. Oh well. Chaos Edge, the middle, yeah. Well, that doesn't do nearly as much damage as it used to. I don't know if his Chaos Edge isn't... Well, he's 150, so it's probably fully leveled. It's probably just been nerfed then. Probably why you don't see swords in Titan anymore. You should use Hellflame. Hellsgate. Hellflame's always good. Hellflame is like the only thing to have been consistently good since this game started. Monks and Hellflame. And, Druid, I guess, since it came out. Because it came out so long ago, it's almost since when the game started. I really like that consistent signating of the bows. Not just because there are 2 of them, but because the natural place for a weapon Rin to be is on this middle row, so he can Chaos Edge it. So that like I said, it's something he needs to dispel on every row. So I really like that, and he should continue doing that. And now this is his chance. If he doesn't, Vietno should heal this line, because this is Hellsgate's chance to do damage to it, because neither of the... Okay, no, he guarded with the Patriot. I thought he did that to attack again. But even still, the Puppeteer is not guarding, and the Patriot is at low health. So this is his opportunity, although actually he has a lot of work to do to clean up what he has over here. Yeah, and there was no point in doing that to the Valk because it because he wasn't going to use it this turn, so he didn't need to have that on it because there's no AoE coming or anything. I say as the debuff goes down. So yeah, but I think it's more valuable to have this guy under. Is he only 134? Yeah. Huh. Okay, so a good bit of 109. A good bit of underleveled mercs from Hell's Gate. That's probably part of why he's losing. Giving a good account of himself this time, though. Okay, now go for the Puppeteer. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Even though it's probably not the smart thing. And what you should actually do is, yeah, Dusk Elegy that and Chaos Edge the middle. He's not going to get that Patriot, though. Don't go for the Patriot. There you go. Empress Curse. That's the smart thing. Playing this very well suddenly. Blessing the front. Yep. Hell's Gate. That was a great turn from Hell's Gate. Pretty much exactly what he should have done. Even though I told him to kill the Puppeteer. That was the tempting thing to do, but not the right thing to do. That's probably on the middle. Yep. And there's no Druid from Hell's Gate, which is extremely unfortunate, because he would have loved to have one in a situation like that. What should he have instead of... well, I don't know. Probably the General, actually. The General would probably be better as a Druid. Yeah, I would rather have that as a Druid. What's he gonna do? Flame Sword, the Puppeteer? Yeah. Do it again, if you can. That was cool. Flame Sword's always cool now with the talents boosting its damage. It makes it like Deadly Strike used to be, kind of. Except it doesn't take all the AP in the world. I actually do like Sword Main on this patch, even though no one plays it. It's less about Chaos Edge and more about Flame Sword now. Somebody played it like that a while ago. I think it was not Sharingan. Who's the other one? I don't know. There was someone who played it Hellflame and Flame Sword primarily. I don't remember. This is, I believe, over for Hell's Gate. That's not going to work. He's not going to get any kills this turn. Maybe the Patriot. Nope. Yeah, Resolved kicked in, so he didn't get anything. And he's going to lose the General to DOT, the Vampire to anything, probably the Empress too. The Monk is stunned, so he's going to have one activation, maybe two. Yeah, and he's just going to be too far behind. That was a good account given of himself, though. Yeah, two activations. Probably Chaos Edge. Just for lulz. Do it for the lulz. Nope, just going after. He probably doesn't have the counters. Okay. This match is probably almost over because we have 13 minutes left in the league, and the matches are 9 minutes and 30 seconds long. So I don't think I'm going to comment the last match because this is already a really long and pointless video. I mean, aren't all of them kind of pointless? But I feel like I have to do this to just so there's something out there, because there's no PvP commentary at all. Like, no one is doing it, and I don't understand why. Because there's a lot to say, even though I can't think of anything to say. There are things to comment on. But yeah, that was a good account given of himself in the last couple of minutes. I feel like his openings could have been better. He found his stride about halfway through, but I don't really remember what happened in the beginning. And that's the other thing. I can't keep track of what's going on and talk about it at the same time. But yeah, if this matchup comes up again, I will watch it again, because I feel like Hell's Gate is learning how to approach this. Anything else? Nope, that was the end of the round. Okay, gonna stop it right there so it's not too horribly long.